I don't know about all nonprofits, but I know about the one that I'm affiliated with. I deal with a very specific section of the population, and it's important to me to develop kind of an intimate relationship with my target, something that is addressed specifically to them and is delivered to them.
What's the best way, for you anyway, what's the best way to use content marketing?
The target group that I'm working with are past patients. And once someone has had a diagnosis of most any life-threatening type disease, it becomes part of their everyday thinking. What I do with content marketing is try to keep them in the loop as new things are happening, new drugs, learning from other people's experiences. And this is all content that I can deliver through a personal publication.
You have the benefit, I think, of having a community that's already very well engaged. They have had this common experience.
Yes, they have. And it's interesting, these individuals also become advocates, and many of them want to have the latest information so that they can be a beacon of hope for other people that are walking the same journey that they've been on.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think content marketing works well for nonprofits because the traditional sort of interruption model of marketing is, hey, we're interrupting your life, stop what you're doing because we want to deliver this important message. As the consumer has become more sophisticated and their time has become more valuable because they've got more complex lives, I think, that traditional model has become less and less effective. So now it's more of a two-way conversation, isn't it?
It is, and the individuals that I'm looking to maintain a relationship with are more selective. They want to receive the information that they need. They want to engage with it and absorb it on their own time. Mm-hmm. A printed specific piece of content marketing allows them to go back to it and refer to it and physically to share it with other people. Many of the patients that my tool reaches are individuals that have been treated 8, 10, 12 years ago, and it's still foremost in their minds. They want to know what's new, what has changed, what they can share with other people, friends and families, and as I said before, offer a ray of hope for someone else that's experiencing something similar to them. Yeah,
so they have had that common experience, mm-hmm. which in the case of your nonprofit, it's prostate cancer.
Right.
So it's a two-way conversation, and it's about you saying to them, we have stories that we want to share with you. We value your time. We're not going to insult your intelligence. We're going to go beyond just sort of sending you messages, and we're going to have this conversation.
It is a conversation, and out of that conversation, I gain a lot of insight as to what is going on after the patient leaves our site. They contact me. I get feedback very often from the publications, wanting more information or asking for clarification. I get to follow up on some of these patients that we saw every day for several months, but then they're off to their own environments, but they're still part of our family.
There's a lot of storytelling there.
There is, and I think people like to learn from stories. They like to read about somebody else. I always hark back to the old Dr. Donahue column in the old newspapers. Everybody wants to read the questions that somebody else has asked and absorb a little information, and
Right.
you know, that's an old model, but this is a more refined and direct approach.